Hey guys, Musty Hobbit here with another installment of Musty's Quest. I have a varied episode for you today, dipping back into last year's goals and also hitting on some of the stuff from this year. So let's get started. And I managed to go to Half Price Books. Usually I like to look in the game section for stuff there. I was unsuccessful on that front, but I did find something buried in the kids' books that I thought was worthy of picking up. So I did get this copy of, this is the Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages Choose Your Own Adventure book. So much like if you're at all familiar with those books, you start the story and it has decisions that you make as you go along that'll say go to page 19 or go to page 51. And it'll allow you to sort of craft a story around that. So if you make different decisions, you get different story paths. So I felt like picking it up. It was not a whole lot, and I really haven't seen anything like this before. So new edition for Zelda things. Next thing that came in, and let me preface here, all of this stuff that I got today came from another trade with Rob from NESDepot. So first, I want to say, Rob, thank you. This was awesome. I really appreciate you being willing to make trades like this with me on a regular basis. Now that this is the second time, well, it's probably about the fourth time we've had a big trade, but this is the second kind of what I would deem in the mega trade range. A lot of things I was looking for, and you know, it's around this time of year when it's kind of nice to maybe do a little bit of spring cleaning, look through your shelves, maybe cut some stuff that you just know that you're not going to play, and so that's what I did. Now Rob's also preparing for Cedar Rapids Comic-Con, which is coming up this weekend, February 4th, and I will be out of town, so this was my opportunity to kind of peruse his what will be on his table, but to also then not miss out on the festivities of getting new things. So with that in mind, I present you with the first pickup, Cartridge Club Game of the Month for February. We have Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. This is a player's choice version, but it is complete even down to the little health and safety precautions manual. But I had a copy of this that was had no manual and had like somebody reprinted only the front half of the cover art, and so thankfully now I have a nice complete copy that I will be playing along with other members of the Cartridge Club for that month. So if you haven't taken the dive yet and you would like to jump in, any month is a good month to join the Cartridge Club. Check out the website, www.cartridgeclub.org. We just relaunched new forums, and so if you aren't aware of this and you haven't gone to the forums recently, just know that you will need to re-register if you haven't, but I would encourage you to. The new forums are really slick, so I want to give a big shout out to Dean at Round 2 Gaming, because the work that he's done is fantastic on configuring that setup. So thank you, Dean. That's awesome. And we're all looking forward to playing Paper Mario. Next up, for this year's Year of Sega, I have some Genesis pickups that were on my short Sega Genesis list. First of which is a loose cart Sonic and Knuckles with the little sleevey thing there. The only primary Sonic game that I'm missing now is Sonic 3, so I'll be looking for that, but you know, now I can play as Knuckles in the other two as well. So that, got a copy of Virtua Racing. The case has seen better days, the card has seen better days, but this is one of those, I don't know if you're not familiar with this specific game, it does have a different size cart because there's some extra hardware on here. Think of it like the FX chip for the Super Nintendo, but finding the case for it's the tough part. And so if you can find one, since it has this oversized spot on it, the game is pretty impressive. And I remember playing this in almost more of a simulator setting. I don't know if it was actually the Genesis version, but it looked a whole lot like this. But yeah, Virtual Racing, got that. Next up is the first of 2 Disney games on Sega that I got this time, and this is Quackshot. Really good looking cart there, but no manual in this case. But yeah, this one you play as Donald Duck, sort of a platformer, just like just about every single Disney game was. But yeah, Quackshot. And then the last of the Genesis is World of Illusion, again starring Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse as well. This one is complete and in good shape. Even has the little tab there. Manual is all there as well. But yeah, again, another platformer type that actually allows for 2 players. So I now have Castle of Illusion, World of Illusion, Quackshot. What other Disney ones are left? Let me know in the comments. Genesis titles starring Disney characters other than Aladdin, because I think I have that. I have Aladdin already. So let me shift back to Nintendo. So when the opportunity comes up to take on some Super Nintendo, I didn't want to miss on this, and so I'm glad that I went over there and saw what he had, because I got 2 Super Nintendo games and 1 game for NES. So the Super Nintendo games, first of which, and this will be somewhat relevant with the Switch coming out soon, and they're launching, or either launching with, or this game's coming fairly close to launch. But this copy is Super Bomberman 2. Now I don't really know that I've ever played Bomberman. I've certainly watched people play, but this is on that IGN Top 100 list, and thankfully, you know, we worked out a nice trade for that among everything else that you've seen here. But yeah, looking forward to giving this a try. There is the original Super Bomberman 1 is also on the list, so I will be looking for that as well. Whether they are both good games or whether one is superior to the other, we'll have to find out. So the other Super Nintendo game, which on most pickup days would be probably the biggest thing that I would have acquired, but this one has one of the cleanest labels that I think I've seen on this game ever. Well, let me rephrase that. I've only seen this game maybe one other time. So I got myself a copy of Mega Man X2. So that is pretty awesome. I am missing Mega Man X3, which Rob also had, but I was not in a position to make a move on both of them. So I picked up this one. He also had some other really nice... I'll post the picture right here of the other games that he had, but oh man, whoever comes to Comic-Con with some cash is going to be in for a pleasant surprise. Rob also told me that there would be a Samson at his table as well. So get yourself to Cedar Rapids on Saturday if you can, and if you're in a position to make a move on those. The last thing. So I had traded off the loose copy that I had of this when I went to Portland. Kind of kept quiet about it because deep down I wanted to make sure that I had a complete copy of this game. So recently we did the CC100, which was the Cartridge Club's top 100 games as deemed by the club itself. I contributed my own list. I helped co-host the CC100 postcast, which again I will link in the description. If you haven't listened to that, or if you haven't watched the videos, please go do that. There was a whole lot of time and effort put into that event that I definitely want to make sure that everyone involved gets gets recognition where recognition is due. So please go check those things out. The reason I bring up the CC100 is that the game that I got here is number 1 on my CC100, my top 100 list currently. So this game has stuck with me quite a bit, and it really encouraged me to explore games the way that I now do regularly, and did that from the beginning. So I now have, to accompany the other complete copy of the sequel, that I got in Portland, I now have a complete copy of the original Legend of Zelda, down to the cart. It has the map and manual, but it is in good shape considering its age. So again, I want to say, Rob, thank you. Again, you're a great friend, and again, doing this a couple times a year is fantastic, because when I'm able to acquire some awesome things like this, like that really makes it can make a month, it can make a season, when you can walk away with stuff that like resonates on this level. So thank you again for that. Again, go look for NESDepot. I will link to his website, but again, if you're going to be in the area for Cedar Rapids Comic Con and you go, please find his table. He has a ton of games across just about every system, and is more than willing to work out deals and things like that. So, anyways, Musty's Quest, huh? I'm not sure the next time. I'm working on something right now coming up, but the reason that I won't be at Cedar Rapids Comic Con is that I'm going to be going to Omaha this weekend, because I'm going to go see Distant Worlds, and I'd like to find a way to take you with me. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I will at least get some footage before and after, maybe in the lobby, things like that. So hoping to throw something like that together for next week, but I will make it quite clear when that is ready to go. But I would like to thank you for coming by. Again, suggestions on Genesis Disney games that I might not already have, in the comments below. Give it a like if you did, and if you aren't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? But anyways, I have been Musty. Take care of yourself. Be good to each other. Bye.